Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Richard, and today we got our, our daily live streams. It's 8 p.m. And yes, so hopefully, we get some people coming on. It'll be a little bit. So honestly, today's conversation is really going to be up in the air. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm pretty sure some of you are going to be hopping on a little bit later, so we'll be asking questions along the way. Typically, every single day, people always ask really good questions, so that's usually a great conversation. But in the meantime, for people who are just hopping on now or maybe watching this video after it's done, I'm going to try coming up with a little bit of a topic. Sorry I didn't prepare. I just hopped off a coaching call. Let me see. So there's a lot of things just going on today. Today for me was an excellent day. One thing that I really noticed for my life right now is in my life there's always been this word, abundance. Always being thrown around. Like, you gotta have an abundance mindset. You gotta have this idea that you need to have abundance of money, or you have an abundance of money. And for the longest time, I always thought about this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I need more money to survive. Like it's always this, I'm not abundant with my money. Why do people keep saying that we are abundant? So I didn't really understand it, and until just like I would say a few minutes ago, I was talking to the girl that I'm dating, and how do I say this? Like, I just noticed that I was just really, you can say I was very positive. I was very joyful. I was very I just had a lot of gratitude, and I had so much gratitude and joy to the point where I literally didn't know what to do with it. And then that's the moment I realized that I was abundantly joyful and abundantly grateful in this moment. And sometimes I still feel like that. So I don't know how to say this. It's not like I have infinite joy or infinite gratitude. It's not like I'm like the most grateful person in the world. But I have this feeling of like, I am so lucky. Like, I'm so grateful, and how do I say this? I'm so grateful and I'm so joyful in the moment that I can't possibly ask for anything else. Everything, my cup is overflowing, and I can no longer hold the amount of joy and gratitude, and in this little space. So I guess for myself, I'm just really excited that I get to experience this. And in a way, part of life is we all go through ups and downs. We all have moments of despair. We have moments of overflowing abundance of good energy, this positivity. And it's weird thinking that I'm in this mindset right now, because a few months ago it was completely opposite. I was super miserable, all that kind of stuff. So it definitely feels really good being in this space mentally right now. For whoever's on right now, hello, and thanks for hopping on. I see a few little people. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Life feels great right now for me. Keely, good to see you on. Thank you for saying hello. Life feels great for me right now, and I don't know how to say this. It's like, as I'm doing this live stream, there's a part of me that's like, I can relate, I could empathize with anyone who's going through a hard time right now, and anyone who feels like, oh, like Richard, either A, hey, I'm happy for you, or I'm jealous. I could relate with both of it, because I've been in both situations. I've been in that low state of mind where I feel really kind of sad, and I feel like life isn't going my way and all that kind of stuff. And I could relate with that to the point where it's like, it kind of sucks. It sucks when life isn't going the way that we want it to. And not only is it not going the way we want it to, it just things, our environment is just, it's not a positive environment. So I get it. And that's reality. We all kind of grow up in different areas. We all kind of grow up in different environments with different parents. Some parents are better than others. Some parents are more responsible. Some parents are more reckless. That's just the way it is. And at the end of the day, what we get to do is we get to honor that we have this unique life, and wherever we are, no matter how good or bad our situation is, just know that there's always things to be grateful for. And how do I say this? it's almost like it doesn't even matter, in my somewhat opinion. What I really mean by that is like part of me believes that, how do I say this? It doesn't matter how much you have or how little you have. I believe both the person that has a lot and the person that has little can both equally be just as grateful for what they have. So in a way, in this context, gratitude equals happiness. Okay, so gratitude equals happiness in this context. I'm just simplifying it. So I believe if someone who has a lot, let's say they're rich, and someone who has nothing, they're poor, but if they could have equal amounts of gratitude, that puts it on equal playing fields as to who could be more happy. So I don't know how to say this. It's a little bit of a over generalization. Jello, hey, what's going on, brother? Oh my goodness, it's been a while. Thanks for hopping on. Like it's so cool to see you on. All right, so gratitude. How do I say this? I guess in a way, like despite the challenges that we have, despite how good our life is or how bad our life is, at the end of the day, like I think what really matters is the level of gratitude that we have for everything that we have in our lives. Because what ends up happening is let's say we have nothing, we're poor, our parents our family's dysfunctional, bad relationships, we live in a crappy neighborhood, all that kind of stuff. But if you feel grateful for what you have, the fact that maybe you have a house, or maybe you have a freaking cell phone, a smartphone, or a computer that you could use to communicate with other people, I really believe that's a really important core to just being happy. Okay, so anyway, anyone who's on right now, feel free to ask questions. Let's have some conversations. How are you doing today? Let's start with that. How are you doing today? Did you have a good day? Did you have a rough day? What time is it in your time zone right now? Where are you living? Let's see. Is that oh goodness, my geography, Jello, is that I'm sorry if I forgot how to pronounce your name. I want to say Jello. I think we joked about this last time. Jello? Jello. I'm gonna go with Jello because Jello is awesome. That's funny. I remember this conversation. I think we ended up just sticking with Jello. Is that Philippines? Is that Filipino flag? Now I gotta freaking research this. Filipino flag. Yes, I got it. The Filipino flag. Cool. Yeah. So, goodness. Yeah. Let's feel free to jump in if you feel shy. That's cool. Take your time, or just sit back and relax. We're just gonna have a fun little conversation today. And maybe learn a few things, and as the conversation goes on, we'll open up more about life stuff. So I guess in a way, today's topic, for the past 2 weeks or so, or however long I've been doing live videos, like past 250 days, whatever, I've been doing, for those of you who don't know, I've been doing Facebook live videos. Like last year I did 220 of them, like days in a row. So I was very persistent about it, and this year I plan to do something similar. The only difference is I probably won't, if I have like a conference or something that I'm busy, then I probably will skip those days. That's the only exceptions that I have. But for the most part, I'm in this state of just like live stream. Let's just freaking live stream as much as we can. I don't remember what the heck I was going to say. So yeah, I'm going to read whatever comment just came in. Young Ura Luis. Let's see, I'm doing okay. It's 11:07 p.m. I'm happy and more grateful, but there are still a piece missing. So 11:07 p.m. That means you're on Eastern time, which is like East Coast. That's awesome. Thanks for joining in, and I totally appreciate the fact that you actually commented. That's awesome. So I want to, Keely, I'm going to get your comment in just a second. Young Ura Luis. Let's see. I'm happy and more grateful, but there is still a piece missing. I really like this comment because to me, what this comment means is that you are grateful. You're grateful, you're happy for what you have, but exactly like you said, there's still a piece of you that feels missing. And I think in our lives, we're constantly trying to, we got Chicken Legs Productions, party has arrived. Welcome. So in terms of how do I say this? In terms of feeling bok 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 bok. In terms of feeling fulfilled, like that ultimate gratitude where it's just like we feel completely 100% fulfilled. I really feel like this kind of goes into alignment. Like we need to be living our lives in alignment. I feel like such a freaking like a little Buddhist monk or something. That sounds, I feel a little disrespectful now for saying that. I'm definitely not that Zen, but in a way, on my journey, I've been able to let's see, let's change the support and make this interesting. Subject. Let's change the subject to make things interesting. Let us know what you want to talk about. This is not interesting to you? Life is not interesting to you? Let me know what you want to talk about, chicken. All right. So, in the meantime, we're going to talk about, what do you call it? Life. Who's the man standing behind me? I don't know. You tell me. Who's there? Who's there? I appreciate the fun that you're creating in this room. Thank you, Chicken Legs Productions. All right, I'm getting distracted, and that's okay. We're having fun today. So going back to a piece missing. If there's a piece missing in you, all that means, let's see, Luis, is that if you're happy, grateful, but there's something missing, that means you just got to continue developing and growing that area that's missing. Is it with relationships? Is it like a romantic relationship? Is it something with family or friends or connection? Is it something with your career or school, education, academics? Is it something that you feel like you should be contributing more to the community? Or maybe it's, what else is there? Making more money. Maybe it's health. Maybe you feel like you should be exercising or eating healthier. Whatever it is, if there's something that's missing from you, that piece that's missing, if you feel that, that's probably because you're not in alignment with who you want to be. And just notice what area of your life you're not in alignment with, and really focus in that one area, or those several areas, to improve yourself in those areas. And sometimes it's all the areas of our lives. So I really think that's kind of where we find kind of like that inner peace, and that like that gratitude, that joy, gratitude, joy, that warm fuzzy feeling of just feeling abundant. So I'm just free flowing. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. That's just what I feel in this moment. So I hope that was supportive to you. Thanks for the comment, and thanks for not asking for long descriptive details that Richard gives you, but I give them to you anyway. Alrighty, let's see. Chicken Legs Productions, you have a mole perfectly at the end of your V-neck. Hold on. Now it's perfect. That's funny. Hold on. I think I have more moles. Where are they? I don't know where they are. Young Ura Luis, I'm glad it helped. I enjoy these kind of conversations. Chicken Legs Productions, I just want to say I appreciate your randomness. It makes this more fun. Like I'm a very how do I say that? I call myself an optimistically serious person. So like I'm happy, I'm joyful. Not always. Sometimes I'm depressed and sad. But I like to stick with very real topics, and I appreciate the randomness that you're bringing into this room, because it really allows us to be kind of like free and just have fun, and sometimes I just need to lighten up and not be so serious. So thank you for that. Let's see. You want inner peace? Have you eaten a chicken McNugget from McDonald's? Oh goodness. Oh goodness, this is so funny. Dude, chicken nuggets from McDonald's are delicious. What's funny is, I don't know if you know this, but starting yesterday, exactly 24 hours ago, I made a commitment to a challenge for one whole week to eat vegan. So that means no meat and no meat products, no dairy, no eggs, nothing. And I learned a little random fact, which is, did you know that sugar is not necessarily vegan? Sugar that comes from a sugar cane, usually white sugar that's not organic, has been processed with animal parts. So I figured this out from doing a little bit of research, or someone telling me this. I won't stick on this topic too long. I know it might be boring for some of you, but like that blew my mind. I'm like, how the heck is sugar not vegan? It comes from a freaking plant, a sugar cane. how is that not vegan? So it turns out that what they do with sugar, this is like a random educational moment, is you know how like sugar is white? So the reason why it's white is because they process it through what they call it, bone char, which is like dried out like cow bones, and when they process through it, it takes out the like a certain kind of odor. So that's why they use bone char, and that's why it's not vegan. They use animals to process sugar. That blows my mind. Like, who would have ever thought that something that's plant-based is now not vegan? So yeah, interesting little random fact. But yeah, going back, chicken nuggets from McDonald's are absolutely delicious. All that junk is amazingly delicious. Have you ever seen how they process chicken McNuggets? Like how they like blend all the freaking chicken parts, like chicken legs and guts and all that crap, and it turns into this pink goo, and then they form it and they batter it and they form it into a chicken nugget. And then on top of that, have you ever seen a video of this kind of like this advocate for like vegan, like this animal rights stuff, and then or like a health expert or something? It's this guy, and he's like he's showing kids like, hey kids, did you know these nuggets were made out of this nasty goop that's like pink and stuff? And he showed them, and the kids are like, ew. And then all of a sudden he's like, would you still eat this? And the kids are like, yeah. I just thought that was hilarious, because chicken nuggets are amazing. So that is what it is. A whole week, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. You know what's funny? So my decision to, eat vegan for a week, like if you asked me to do this like 2 weeks ago, I would have said, are you kidding? Like, that's stupid. Like, I would not wish that on my worst enemy either. Like, I remember hanging out with my vegan friends, and I'm just like, how the heck do you not eat meat? Like, I don't get it. And I don't know. All of a sudden, something just sparked in me, and I was just like, hey, you know what? I'm willing to try this. So what I realized is, like, eating vegan is really not that bad. Like, I had Chipotle today. I had sofritas, which is like tofu, like braised tofu with black beans and pinto beans and lettuce and stuff like that, and like the salsas and stuff, and it was freaking delicious. So being quote unquote vegan for a week, or at least a day, in a way, what I've learned is when you change your habits, like you find different things tasty. Like for me, freaking eating Chipotle, even though there's no meat in it, like it was freaking delicious. I was like, holy crap, this is so much better than just eating kale, Kale is still really boring for me. Like, I don't want to just eat kale. Like, I don't want to just eat plants. Like, that's boring. Maybe one day. Right now, I still like my salt. So salt is delicious. Yeah. Hot dogs are made with guts and brains, pretty much. A lot of junk and stuff. What else? Okay, hold on. These are some cool... I like these. These are great comments. Let's see. Whoa, mind blown. I'm glad your mind is blown, Project Elevate. That's a cool username, by the way, and good to see you on again. I'm trying to lower my carb and sugar intake and get that summer bod, yo. Well, now's a great time to start, like 6 months ahead of summer. That'd be great. So, lower carb intake. Honestly, that's a carbs. I've always loved carbs. Like, I love pasta, I love rice, all that kind of stuff. And let's see. Going vegetarian/vegan has shifted my mindset to really focus on a lot of like eating more vegetables and stuff. And before I'd be like, before I had no interest in eating vegetables. Like seriously, like I remember when I was kind of taking care of my dad and stuff, like the only way I'd eat vegetables is if I blended it with fruits and stuff. And so it would kind of like disguise the vegetableness-ish of it. But like salads and stuff, I wouldn't eat salads. Like every single time I'd go to the the Costco food court with my dad, he would get the salad because he likes to eat clean, and then I would get like a chicken bake or a pizza because it was delicious, So that was my mindset before, and now it's like, I don't know, something that it feels good. Eating right feels good. Like subconsciously it just makes me feel like just happier. It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing for my body. My body appreciates it more than eating all that crap, which is delicious, not knocking it down. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. I see some fun comments here. disrespect chicken nuggets one more time, and we are going to have a serious problem. I'll call the whole flock. Nice. Bro, go to my channel and see how muscular and ripped I am. Thanks to strict nugget diet. I made a video about a vegan recipe, actually. Dead serious. Oh man, now I'm curious. I want to check that out later. Christine, good to see you on. Stop fighting. Hey Henry, good to see you on as well. All right, so thank you for the interactions, the comments. We're having plenty of fun. And what do I say here? Yeah, so today's topic, today's just a free day for me. By the way, I will not be streaming for the next 3 days because I'll be at a conference called Life on Fire by a guy named Nick Unsworth, which is he's an entrepreneur. He's like into the personal development, personal growth community, and looking forward to just just going to this event, learning a lot, and I'll be happy to kind of share with you what I learned throughout this the next 3 days. So it should be pretty fun. But I will be back when the conference is over, probably either Saturday night or Sunday night. Yes, so that's what I have. But I can't afford extra sauce packets. How about that Szechuan sauce? Gotta get that Szechuan sauce. Anyone know that? Props to you if you know the reference of the Szechuan sauce. Quinoa, love them. Try it if you haven't. Great alternative for rice if you want to eat clean. Yeah, so quinoa. In terms of prepping quinoa, I feel like prepping. I've made quinoa before. It's a little bit of a process. As I continue eating healthier, I'll probably end up buying some quinoa, and beans are really good too. Black beans, chickpeas, stuff like that. Things that have protein in it as well. So, I've cooked black beans before. In my opinion, it's kind of a pain in the butt. That's a quinoa. Quinoa can be a little bit pricey, yeah. So I try to stay away from any kind of definitely processed grains, like even if it's like brown rice pasta, stuff like that. I might have a little bit later on, but for the most part, I'm gonna do my best to avoid those kind of things. Brown rice. Brown rice is still acceptable. I'm trying to avoid white rice. I'm sure once in a while I'll have it, but yeah, I'm trying to avoid white rice. Brown rice is acceptable, but I try to stay away from it too. I want like high nutrient and more protein stuff like beans. Beans are good. Goodness, I sound like a freaking hipster hippie person right now, which is weird because I've never identified like that. But once you go vegan, you can never go back. Never mind, just kidding. What I'm going to say about being vegan is I feel like it's very it's so particular. Like you got to really look at the labels, and like for example, the whole sugar example, like you can't eat some sugars because some sugar isn't vegan. So for me, I'm like, it's a little bit extreme in my opinion. It works, I can see myself adapting to it, but I don't want to like overly like, oh, can't eat that, so I think after I go vegan, I'm probably going to have a little bit of meat and stuff like that, so I can I don't know how to say this, like just have, be more relaxed, not super serious. But I feel like for the next 3 months is my commitment period of being healthier and stuff like that, and hopefully the rest of my life. I feel like I'm going to adjust and switch into maybe more closer to a vegetarian diet, maybe a pescatarian, something like that. I just want to be a little bit more healthier and more conscious. I just have a random story that I'm sure chicken nugget bro will love and hate on at the same time and troll. Let's see, reading comments. Henry, I definitely need to start attending self-development conferences. Henry, where do you live? I'm curious to know that. So I'm very fortunate to be in the Southern California area where like there's so many personal development conferences, overabundance of them, and there's definitely a lot over the world, but especially in this area. So I'm very grateful for that because it really does help with mindset and surrounding yourself with really positive people. And so talking about having a positive mindset and all that kind of stuff, I want to mention one thing. I was running yesterday on the treadmill, and I don't normally like running. I actually dislike running, but why I like running is because for me, I've created running time to be also like podcast time. So I watch this YouTube channel, Lewis House, called the School of Greatness, and I was listening to this gentleman who's a billionaire. His name is Naveen Jain, and just his presence, like he's so positive. He's so like he's so he's such a dreamer. He's a big dreamer, and he's also obviously very successful being a billionaire. But what I realized when I was kind of, I was running on the treadmill and I was watching Naveen Jain talk and being interviewed by Lewis House, what I realized is that that quote, "We are the five people we spend the most. We are the five people we spend the most time with." That quote, to me, is like, it's really true. It's like, even though I don't hang out with Naveen, what I realized is the fact that I watched that video, it gave me this idea, this ability to dream big, this ability to see a bigger vision. And if I didn't consume this content with these positive, billionaires and stuff like that who are saying dream big, dream big, if I just sat in my room and maybe just hung out with a circle of friends who didn't think that way, guess what? I'm going to be that sixth person who is just like that, who does not dream big, who doesn't see how to be more productive, positive, and just have a more I'm just going to have a more positive life, like that positive feeling life. Because I've been in that space where it's been very negative, and I've been around people who take away my energy. And I've been around people who, how do I say this? Like just, they're not bad people. It's just that they don't have very high expectations or high goals in their lives. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone gets to choose their life. But what I realized is like when I surround myself with positive people, that really like elevates my life, and it brings like this more joy and happiness into my life. So surround yourself with positive people and consume great content, personal development. Really another thing I learned or am in the process of learning is if you want to watch a video or watch someone talk, don't just watch someone because they're popular. Watch people that you really connect with and you can relate with. I'll give you a quick example. One of my favorite quotes in this whole entire world is by Marianne Williamson. And the quote, you might have seen this if you watched, I don't remember what the movie is called. It's a quote that says, "Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people, something like that." So it's like a really popular quote, and it's in a movie. Coach Carter, that's a movie, Coach Carter. And so I'm like, I love this quote by her. Like, it's so, I don't know how to say, like, poetic, it's deep, it's all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh shoot, I want to watch the podcast with Marianne Williamson. No offense, Marianne Williamson, if you're on right now, but I don't connect with her. I just, she's so old school, and I don't resonate with like her energy. It's really slow. It's like, it's old school. That's what I want to say. So I was watching it and I realized I'm not going to learn anything from watching a video from someone I can't connect with. So I stopped the video and then I moved over to Naveen Jain because I have actually seen him speak live. And I know that he has a positive energy that I can connect with. So back to you. If you want to learn and you want to grow and stuff like that, my recommendation is learn from people that you want to be like. So that's pretty much what I want to say. Learn from people that you want to be like, and people who inspire you, people that you can connect with. If you don't connect with them, chances are your mind's not going to be completely open, and you might be wasting some time. So just some food for thought. Take it with a grain of salt. And maybe what I'm saying is not true, but that's kind of how I feel and on my journey of learning. Alrighty, cool. All right, yay, we got comments. What's going on? All right, let's see. Project Elevate, what are my thoughts on fasting? So right now I'm doing intermittent fasting. And if you don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's where every single day you fast for about 16 hours, and then you have a feeding period of 8 hours. So my feeding period, when I'm allowed to eat, is between noon and 8 p.m. What are my thoughts about fasting? Honestly, I'm not an expert on it. Like, I don't know enough information. What I'll tell you from my own personal experiences, I've been intermittent fasting for the past 3 days, not very long. But for me, it's been a wonderful experience for several different reasons. Number one, if you have a goal to lose weight, intermittent fasting it's such a hack. Why? Because because it's a game. It's a game. You know, like I love playing games, like gamifying things. So, for example, I remember when I didn't fast, I just used to eat as clean as possible. I used to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? The thing is, now that I don't have to eat breakfast because breakfast doesn't fit inside my 8-hour window, I only have to eat lunch and dinner. What does that mean? I can consume more calories, during lunch and dinner. I don't have to worry about it so much. Like to me, it's kind of a hack. It's like, it's cheating in a way, but it's cheating, but not cheating. So if you're trying to lose weight or something like that, I think intermittent fasting is great. Like, I don't know how to say this. I remember I used to be part of a fitness coaching program with my friend who was intermittent fasting. And I'm like, screw that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fast for 16 hours a day. That sounds miserable, But I don't know why. I'm just out of space right now in my life where I'm like, let's do it. So I pretty much almost 100% don't mind intermittent fasting right now. Like I feel like it's just becoming a habit. So I'm really I'm excited about it. Like I'm excited that I get to eat more during lunch and dinner time and not feel bad about it. And not only that, but like, because I'm eating really clean, it's like calories, I don't have to worry about calories. Like literally today's, like I ate a lot today. I had Chipotle, I had a whole bowl, plus, I had salad, I had vegetable soup, and I know for non-vegans it sounds like freaking disgusting, but it's actually pretty good. I don't know, like I've discovered what I like and what I enjoy. So, I've only consumed 1,000 calories today, and this is not me trying to limit how much I eat. This is like just me kind of, half balance, half being free. And so it's been super awesome for me. Like my stomach is happy. Like I had Chipotle today. I had, a pretty big lunch in my opinion. I had, like a green smoothie with it was like spinach, banana, strawberry, blueberry. And that's my cheat smoothie. Like it's so easy to make, and it's like so little effort. So yeah, like I feel good. Body wise, physically, I feel great. Mentally, I feel great. I feel maybe I think I might feel my mind is not fuzzy. So at least I have that running for me. So going back to intermittent fasting or just fasting in general, so far I'm a pretty big fan of it. Like I just like how it's structured. I like the discipline part of it. It makes me appreciate eating more, For example, I remember, pause, period, end. Yes, intermittent fasting I enjoy doing, and I want to keep doing it. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you posted. We have plenty of live videos, so I'll let you know. What I want to mention. Oh, it's so weird to be like very conscious or aware of what I'm eating. A quick example is, so let's talk about like eating like nuts, like almonds or whatever, cashews, or snacks in general. So I don't know about you, but when I used to eat snacks, I used to just keep eating. I don't care about the calories. I just eat it because it tastes good and I'm bored or whatever, so I just keep eating. And now it's like I sound like a freaking hipster, and I guess that's okay. Like I've never identified with that, but like I sound like one right now. So like I know almonds are high in fat and they have a lot of calories. So I was actually looking at almonds and I'm like, I feel like having some almonds. I had 9 pieces of almonds. I actually counted them before. I would think I'm crazy for counting them, and now I'm like, yeah, you should count them. So I had nine little almonds, and honestly, like those 9 almonds were super satisfying for me. Like I just like it was good. Do I sound crazy or do I sound crazy? Before I would just eat like a handful of almonds and just keep eating and not even count how much. But now just freaking 9 almonds, that's it, was satisfying for me, because I don't know what it is. Like I just knew what they're worth, the value, the self-worth of the almond. So yeah, that's what I got. Alrighty, let's see. All right, I'm catching up on the comments right now. We're all a little bit hipster. I love that. Louis says, video great so far, but got to go to sleep for school, but I will finish your video. FY, you motivated to do better. You motivated me to do better in school. Thanks. Have a great night. I will probably ask controversial questions. See you. Luis, if you're still on or if you watch this later, thank you very much and hope you have a good night. If not, good morning or whenever you watch this. All right. Let's see. Henry, you're from LA. That's awesome. Same here, or Orange County, so pretty close. Chicken Legs Productions. I'm way too in shape and want to become fatter. Any advice? Eat more chicken nuggets. That's all. Christine, eat more chicken. Oh, like, there you go. Christine says, eat more chicken. Let's see. Don't know, eat beef. Calm down, Ty Lopez. Henry says, yeah, it's way better to have good digital mentors rather than bad real life mentors. I like that. Yeah. Keely, TED Talks are great to listen to. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Christine. Yo, that's deep, Henry. Keely says, TEDx is how I found your channel. First, I thought they both were the same. Interesting. I'm surprised. I didn't realize people would actually find my channel through TEDx. I thought people just watched TEDx and then that's it. So I'm surprised. You're the first person that I've seen say that they actually, found me through TEDx. Usually people find me through my other videos. Christine, what about intermittent fasting for only breakfast and lunch? Is that healthy or unhealthy? So first of all, I just want to say I'm not an expert with intermittent fasting. I don't know a lot about it. My guess, again, this is just like hearsay. Like, this is based off what everyone else is saying. I'm doing honestly without a lot of research, but I'm trusting that people have done the research, and the fact that enough people are doing it makes me believe that there are benefits, and I have a feeling it just works. I can't see the harm in it, so that's why I'm doing it. So again, I'm doing lunch and dinner right now for intermittent fasting, 12 to 8. Your question is, how about breakfast and breakfast to lunch? Honestly, I feel like it's the same thing. That is completely your choice. If you want to do intermittent fasting and you want to do breakfast and lunch, that's your choice. Lifestyle wise, I feel like it's easier to skip breakfast and just do lunch and dinner. Again, this is all lifestyle. I believe you got to figure out what works best for you. For me, I want to do lunch and dinner because when I meet up with people and have food with them, it's usually lunch or dinner. I don't usually meet up with people for breakfast. So that's easy for me to skip. What else is there? Yeah. So, but then again, I know people who don't really eat dinner. So maybe that will work for you. All right. Yeah. It's funny how we're talking about like health and stuff. Yeah, Christine, I see your point. Yeah. What else? So I guess in a way you get to experiment what's going to work best for you. For me, originally, I thought my time period was going to be 11 a.m. till 7 p.m., 8 hours. But then I realized, like, sometimes I can't control how late I come back from, let's say, an event or something like that. So I'm like, I'd rather have that extra hour to eat late than to eat early because I can control how early I eat, right? Let's see. Yes. Period. Next thought. My thoughts just keep going and going. Another thought I have was, I don't know, something about intermittent fasting. It like, for me, I feel like it helps discipline me. It helps me like really keep level-headed and not eat emotionally. So before I used to eat emotionally, and that's kind of how I gained. How much weight did I gain? I gained 17 pounds. I'm gonna say I gained 17 pounds this year. Maybe in like a 9-month span, I gained 17 pounds. And part of that was because I stopped caring about what I was eating and stuff like that. But anyway, I was emotionally eating. But now that I'm intermittent fasting and I'm on this, I don't know, my mind, I have a pretty good mindset right now, and I'm grateful for that. It's not always are we in this positive mindset. So embrace it and keep pushing ourselves forward when we have that moment. Yeah, anyway, right now I feel a lot more in control of what I eat, which is amazing. I think just having that feeling of control does feel great. I enjoy, like, for example, today, even though I could have eaten at noon, 12 o'clock, I was busy, so I didn't eat until 2. So I didn't eat for 20 hours, and I was perfectly okay with that. Even at 2 o'clock, I was a little bit hungry, but honestly, I was just like, hey, it doesn't matter. Like, I could not eat for, another few hours. Funny little, what is this? Funny little fact, trivia, whatever. So when I came back from, I think I mentioned this already, but not on today's stream though. When I came back from Taiwan, I accidentally fasted for 36 hours without even really knowing. Like, I was just so busy. Either I was sleeping, I was busy, I was just so excited to get back home and, be productive and stuff like that. Like, so many great things were happening for me that I literally was not hungry for 36 hours. And when I ate 36 hours later, literally it was just because I felt like, I should eat something in case my body just might pass out by itself, even though I didn't feel hungry. So that's pretty much that's what broke the fast. But yeah, so that's something that's a little fun and interesting. Alrighty. Let's see. Winnie Tan, good to see you on. There's a lot of interests I have, but there's only 24 hours in a day. Any tips on prioritizing? Let's see. So you have a lot of interests, and it sounds like you're really busy. Let's see. I'm kind of curious. Are you a student? Let me know. Give me a little bit more background information. What are some activities that you do? I think that's important one. So, let's see. Winnie, I can kind of relate in terms of, especially if you're a student. I remember being a student and just being super overwhelmed. Like, there's way too many things to do, and I think the best we could do is just do as much as we can. Really, if you're one of those people who likes doing everything, just try to do your best to do everything. Yeah, that's what I have to say there. A little side comment is, sometimes when we overdo things or we try to take on too many responsibilities, we start to feel like we're not focused and we're not dedicating our time properly in one specific area. So just be mindful of that. And what I would do if I were you is really figure out just connect with your heart. Like, really connect with your heart and figure out how many activities do you really want to do at the same time. Like, what's going to make you feel fulfilled. And for example, if you Cupid, good to see you on. Let's see. Araceli says, I'm listening to you as I drive. Thank you for that. Let's see. I'm so easily distracted. Let's see. Keely, because I'm already distracted. Keely, do I celebrate Lunar New Year? Yes and no. Not really, but I'll connect with family and say, hey, happy Chinese New Year, or whatever it is. So that's how I celebrate. Currently, I don't really do much for it. So that's what I have. Okay, so going back to how do you prioritize everything and how many activities should you have? You got to figure it out. You got to feel yourself out. Let me give you a quick example. When I was a junior in high school, I tried to be overly ambitious, and I tried to be a board member of every single club, pretty much. My junior year, I was involved with 11 clubs and officer of 5 or 6 clubs. I was a co-president for my environmental club. I was the vice president for Key Club. I was a historian for maybe 2 clubs. I can't remember what the other ones were. I was part of the social justice committee. I think I was part of Lean Crew. So it was stupid. That's when I knew. I was like, Richard, calm down. It's not beneficial for you to overwhelm yourself with so many activities. So Winnie, to answer your question, if you feel overwhelmed by so many activities, maybe you should consider, maybe, it's up to you, maybe you should consider dropping a few of those activities that aren't at the top of your priority list and focusing on the ones that are your priorities, because the ones that are meaningful, the ones that make you feel fulfilled and happy. That's what I would do. So to conclude my story, junior year was ridiculously crazy, and really I should not have been involved that much, and I spread myself out way too thin. The next year, my senior year in high school, what's funny is I dropped every single one of my positions and I focused on one, and that was being a lieutenant governor for Key Club, which took up a good 40 hours of my week every single week, if not more. But that's how I decided to kind of, figure out or spread my time with the activities that I love. And for me, being a lieutenant governor and just being involved with Key Club, for me, that fulfilled me. So I didn't really need, 4 to 5 other officer positions and, 10 other clubs to be a part of. That was just way too much. So yeah, hopefully that's supportive. Alrighty. So Christine says, are you in school or university? No, I'm not. I graduated from the University of California, Riverside in 2011. So that's 6 years ago. Yes. So I am happily graduated, and honestly not really interested in going back to school either. And when I say like graduate school, and I don't know, to me school's, real talk here. To me school's a little bit of feels like a little bit of a waste of time. I'm sorry for any, schools and high schools who are trying to get people to get to college. I think college is great. I think it's great that it gives people opportunities. But I don't feel like college is for everyone. I think you should really kind of sit down and feel like, what do you want to do? Not what your parents want you to do, not what your teachers or your society wants you to do. What do you want to do? So focus on that. And I'm glad. I almost got peer pressured when I graduated from UCR to go straight into grad school, into business school of management. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good for my career. I'm going to learn a lot. Honestly, I'm so glad I didn't waste my time doing that. Again, for some people, good for them, and they learn stuff. For me, it's just not my style. Like I don't want to spend my time learning, in my opinion, not practical information. Like the real practical, real life information is called the school of life. The university of life. Like that's where I feel like that's where you get your information. Cupid, I see your interactions. Thank you very much. That's funny. You should be driving. Alrighty. Let's see. Lisa says, you look so young, like 16. That is praiseworthy. Thank you. That's really funny. A lot of people always think I'm younger than I appear to be, which I find surprising. I don't know how old, like I see myself every single day. So, I got to the point where I kind of don't have a clue how old I look anymore. But people, I'm surprised. I feel like I'm 28. Even though I, hang out with a lot of high schoolers when I speak at schools and stuff. But people always think I'm like 22 or something. Or a lot of people think I'm still in school. A lot of adults think that, like, hey, so, what are you studying in school right now? I'm like, I graduated 6 years ago. That's a good amount of time. But I guess that's a compliment. I don't know how to take that. Anyway, thanks. All right, Winnie says she is a high school junior. I am a secretary of one club and a president of another. After school, I work for 2 hours. Then on the weekends, I have dance practice and SAT prep. After homework, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, that's a lot. And something tells me, besides the fact that you have an Asian name, that you are someone that likes to keep yourself really busy. You're a high achiever. And you probably have parents who support that high achieving lifestyle, such as a tiger mom. Just guessing. So... oh goodness, junior year is crazy. Like junior years, I don't know if you're taking AP classes. My guess is you are. Typically people who are super involved are the ones who are also taking AP classes. That's just, probably some statistic out there that shows that. But yeah, it definitely sounds like you're highly involved. And if you're overwhelmed, I don't know how to say it. It's like you're kind of overwhelmed and being overly busy, Winnie, is that you have so many different areas of your life that you're fulfilling. You have your extracurricular, your secretary and your president. You have, what was the other ones? Let's see. You got work for 2 hours. That's pretty crazy. And you got SAT, and then you got academics, homework. Oh, dance practice. So that's more like, we'll call that athletics. So, you're very well balanced. And I think that's great. Maybe... this is tough. Like I get, if I were to be in your position, chances are you'd kind of want to stick with everything. Some things you have to do, like study SATs and do schoolwork, but I'm guessing you also want to be involved being a president and a secretary because you care about those clubs. You also want to do dance and work. I don't know if you really want to do that, but you probably have to because your family says so, or you got to make money. So I get it. You're busy, and I think at the end of the day, you just get to own that you are busy and continue just pushing through if you feel like you want to keep all your activities. So yeah, there we go. That's my long answer. Christine says, oh boy, another junior here in the comments. I'm in AP Bio, Calculus AB, and APUSH, and Athletics, and the freaking SAT prep, FML. I hate the SAT. You go, girl, Winnie. And one club, and orchestra, and NHS, of course. Rip. Hilarious. I love it. Goodness. High school's brutal. Junior year of high school is especially brutal. Goodness. Yeah, that was a tough time for me as well. I was overly involved with too many things. But that's high school life, YOLO high school. You only live once in high school, and I don't know. It's like I feel like high school is just one of those times where you just keep yourself super busy and experience as much as you can. I think there's a lot of benefit to that, but also I don't know, just don't forget to have time for yourself. Don't forget to give yourself a little bit of a break too. So enjoy yourself and keep up the good work. I think the activities you're a part of is great, and freaking SATs, get out of here. Go away, SATs. SATs are miserable. Keely says, Christine, wait till you're in college. It will kill you. Will it? I don't know. Like, I think I think a lot of people have a bad college experience, as in like they get really overwhelmed and busy. My college experience was amazing. I felt like college for me was easier than high school. That's just my experience. So I enjoyed college a lot more than high school, just because it flowed a lot easier. I had a lot more freedom away from my parents and stuff like that. So I liked it a lot more. I felt like I had a lot more time. And classes, I feel like you have fewer hours in class, but probably a little bit more homework, But I don't know. College is more my style versus high school. High school's it was fun, stressful, but you don't have to take SATs in college, so that's a plus. All right, Project Elevate. I'm 27 and have yet to transfer. Nice. Took too long of a break. That's cool. Christine, oh gosh, thanks for the heads up, Keely. Let's see. Lisa says, I must tell you that you are doing a very good job. I just watched a single video of yours yesterday and subscribed to your channel. Respect from India. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot. Christine says, a lot of my friends in first year college say that they feel college is easier to handle and balance out of your work. I would agree with that. I think I just feel like college has a little bit more free time because you're not in class as often as in high school. Yeah, and I'm just thinking about my friend. I have a friend in college. She used to have classes, how many units? I think she took 24 units. 20 to 24 units of classes. That's a lot. That's like 4 or 5 different classes. And on top of that, so she 20 to 24 units, I think it was 20 units on Monday, Wednesday, Friday only. On the other 5 days of the week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, she worked like full time. I think she worked like 80 hours every single week, and she commuted at least, she commuted like 4 hours every single day. It was ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know how she did it, but she's crazy, and she did it. So yeah, that's how you know you have time for work. Alrighty, college is where you actually apply the information. Let's see, apply the information. I feel like real life is when you apply after you graduate college is when I applied the information. Like college to me was still a little bit, it's a transition period. It's you have fun, you go to school, you join clubs and stuff like that, or party, whatever the heck is your style. And I don't know, I think really, I feel like real life really does start. I feel like life starts whenever you decide for it to start. Like some people think college is kind of like their independence. Like I'm living on my own. I got to learn how to, pay for my education. I got to learn how to cook for myself. So yeah, for sure. For some people, that's true. So yes, it's situational. For me, I lived in the residence hall all 4 years because I was involved with leadership. So like I was a RA, resident advisor. So I was a building president. I was involved all 4 years. So I had a freaking buffet for breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day given to me, and I never had to learn how to cook. So there we go. So I didn't feel like I really learned how to live real life until post-college when I got a job and stuff like that. All right, college is more my style too, but sometimes classes are killing me. College, you meet people from all over. College is fun though. Johnny likes this. Agree with you 100%, but I kind of meant where most people start to apply that information. Sure, yeah. What information? I think I agree with you though. Keely says, I had bad experience living in the residence halls. Interesting. Sorry to hear that. I think every single hall is a little bit different. My hall is pretty awesome. All 4 years I had a great hall, so I enjoyed the experience. And yeah, it can vary for people. I get that. All right, did I forget anything? Too long of a break? Nope, we were good. Okay, cool. So we are caught up right now. It is 8:55 p.m. here. We've been talking for 55 minutes now. I appreciate you all hopping on. I am, again, if you didn't hear me say this earlier, I am actually, I will not be streaming for the next 3 days because I will be at a conference called Life on Fire in San Diego. And it's a personal development conference. I'll have plenty of ideas, and hopefully, this will be somewhat life-changing. I already have, bomb goals that I'm working towards, but I think this conference is just going to elevate that even more, and hopefully I get my mind in the right place and really work really hard to develop these ideas. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off because I get to go play basketball with my brother who's at home right now, and I'm going to enjoy that. And so again, thank you for hopping on. Before I end this conversation, before we say goodnight, I want to read Cupid, aka or Araceli, aka Cupid's comment, which is, to me, college has fewer classes with condensed information. Fewer classes with condensed information. Interesting. Fewer classes, condensed information. Okay, I can see that. On a side note, I think college has more relevant information, but I'm still a fan of the university of life. Like, seriously, the school life is incredible. So, okay, that's what I have. Christine, good night. Keely, Johnny Leg, Araceli Cupid. Who else is on? Lisa, Project Elevate, Chicken Nuggets. I don't think Chicken Nuggets is on anymore because I don't see him writing his chicken comments. Winnie, and I see a lot of other people on. Henry, and anyone else that I'm missing. Just want to say thank you so much for hopping on, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you very much, Keely. And I will see you Sunday at the latest. I'm going to try making it Saturday night as well, but I'm going to come home late that night. So we'll see how it goes, all right? Enjoy the next few days, and continue being awesome. And, I just want to invite you, any kind of goals or like anything that inspired you, like, I want to eat healthier. I want to maybe lose weight. I want to take on more activities. I want to sleep earlier. I want to make more money. I want to, whatever your mind is, I want to get better grades. I'm going to encourage you to, keep pushing through and keep fighting, keep going after those goals. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.